Ngozi Okure. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If today is your first time here, you're welcome. In this channel, we discuss prosperity and wealth creation based on the principles of God's word. Today, we'll be discussing a very important topic. We'll be discussing the book that changed Proctor. And who is Proctor? But Proctor was a Canadian-born self-help author, lecturer, and a New York Times best-selling author of a book, a popular book titled You Were Born Rich. He also participated in the film The Secret. He was obviously a multi-millionaire who touched several people, touched several lives through his personal development programs. Now, Proctor was not always rich. He was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth. I was talking with a father yesterday who said that his 10-year-old daughter said that some people are born with silver spoon, but that she was born with diamond spoon. Now, concerning Proctor, he was not born with a silver or, diamond spoon. He was born in abject poverty. Proctor was a school dropout. By age 26, he had neither a job, he had neither a skill nor a job that could give him money. Okay, he was poor and in debt, and he said that his life was dull and uneventful. But at age 26, something remarkable happened. And what was the remarkable thing that happened in his life when he turned 26? A man by the name Ray Stanford gave him a copy of a book titled Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. Now, when he received that book and read it, from the insight he gained from that book, he was able to start a business. And what was that business? The business of cleaning floors for offices. Okay, he started a business of cleaning floors in offices. Now, starting that business, now running with the insight he got from that book, Think and Grow Rich, by the end of that year, in 1 year from the time he started that business, he was able to raise $175,000. So the insight he got from that book changed his life dramatically. Okay, now from then, millions began to enter his hands. He eventually had to leave that floor cleaning exercise and began a business of personal development. By this time, of course, you can be sure that he had started reading other books, although he confessed that for 50 years, for 60 years after he was given that book, for more than 50 years after he was given that book, he continued to read Think and Grow Rich almost on a daily basis. Okay, so by the time he died on the 3rd of February this year, 2022, his establishment had blessed a lot of people tremendously through his publication, through his books, his videos, his seminars, and every of his resources. He had touched the lives of so many people. Now, his story shows us what can happen just from the insight of one book. It is possible that if Bob Proctor was never given that book, that his life may have remained, at the poverty zones of life throughout his entire lifetime. Okay, so you think about Proctor and the impact he makes. I think about the joy of Ray Stanford, the man that put that book into his hands. And I begin to wonder what will happen if more people can begin to put into the hands of young people such books. Okay, can begin to put into the hands of young people such books. Okay, now listening to Elox is a YouTube video, okay, online. Listening to Elox said that Oprah Winfrey equally testified that book, Think and Grow Rich, impacted her life and helped to shape the person she is today and the success she had. Not only Oprah, Tony Robbins said the same thing, Tracy said the same thing, Bill Gates said the same thing, and a lot of other, Michael Jordan, yes, and a couple of other wealthy celebrities equally said that same book, Think and Grow Rich, impacted their lives in a tremendous way. Okay, so that is to encourage us that books are so important. If a book put in the hands of a youth, a young person, 26-year-old, who was stranded, was able to change the trajectory of his life and made a huge success out of his life. I want to encourage you that is listening to me to begin to read great books also. Now, I think about the impact that Napoleon Hill has made with his book, Think and Grow Rich. I equally want to celebrate Andrew Carnegie for his impact in the writing of that book, okay? Now, listening to a Bob Proctor message online, he testified that it was said that Napoleon Hill, okay, was working for a particular magazine, was working for a particular publishing house in those days, so many years ago, several years ago, right? And the publishing house wanted to publish an article on wealth creation. So they sent him to go and interview Andrew Carnegie, who was obviously the wealthiest man in his time, or one of the wealthiest men in his time. Now, it was said that when he went, and at the end of the interview, that Andrew Carnegie sold a proposal to Napoleon Hill, that he told him that he would want him to go ahead and interview the other wealthy man in their time. He said that Andrew Carnegie said that he didn't feel good, for them to, carry all their wealth of experiences, their ideas, their insights that has put lots of money into their hands, that it wouldn't be fair for them to die with those experiences. So he encouraged Napoleon Hill to go and interview them and to document those interviews, which eventually were the things that are documented, parts of the things that were documented in the book Think and Grow Rich, okay? So I want to celebrate a man like that. I know he's long gone, but you see, it makes me know that men who are truly wealthy usually do not hoard the information and the insights that made them wealthy. They are always willing to share, okay? And that is why so many of them have written great books outside Think and Grow Rich, which I believe you should pick a copy of. Okay, you should pick a copy of. Outside Think and Grow Rich, a lot of wealthy people who have lived in the past have taken the time to write down the books and write down the experiences and the insight and the wisdom that helped to put money into their hands. They have written such books and left for us. So it is our responsibility to pick those books now and read. Okay, remember, it was Jim Rohn that says, if you want money, study money. You want money, study money. Not too long ago, in one of my videos, I shared the story of my pastor who was very sick, and doctors said that the sickness he had was incurable. But in reading a book on health, he came across an insight from that book that helped to, restore health to his life. Okay, so following the quotes of Jim Rohn that say, if you want money, study money. My pastor wanted health, and he studied health, and he got well. So I want to encourage every young person listening to me today. Do you want money to fulfill your purpose and to bless your world? You can do what Napoleon Hill did, okay? I believe that some people must have, received the book also, like Napoleon Hill received, but he took the step to read the book. I actually heard Bob Proctor say that it is not just reading the book. You read the book and you make up your mind to implement the things that are written in the book. So I want to encourage you to make up your mind to begin to read. And if you're already an established person listening to me, think about Ray Stanford and the impact he made in the life of Napoleon Hill by putting just one book into his hands. I want you to think today about somebody that you can put a book in his hands. You can decide to put books in the hands of the youth in your church. You can decide to put books in the hands of the youth in your village. All these young people who are terrorizing us, it is possible that if we can put a good, beautiful book in their hands, that the insight from the books will equally change them and transform them into people who will be a blessing to the community. Okay, so I want to encourage you to please create time to read and create time to put books in the hands of young people. And until I come your way next time, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you've not done so, and share our link with somebody. Give me a thumbs up, and Remember also to put on your bell notification so that each time I release another video, you will be able to see it. Thank you so much once again. Until I come your way next time, keep thriving.